someone pulling her puppetry. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this clip really quickly, and we'll discuss it on the other hand.
So he did immigration, you know, obviously stopping this stupid wall that they're building. Yeah. He dealt
Muslim
with the Muslim ban, getting rid of the Muslim ban. He dealt with making sure that I think 11 million people will become citizens. So he's doing things, right? But with black folks, you can't just sign something to say stop killing black people. It's not that simple.
You know what's really funny about that clip with Tamika? Tamika is one of these people, you know, just in the time that I've been exposed to her. When she came on the scene, I was like, wow, you know, this woman seems very powerful. She seemed like a very powerful, strong black woman. And I began to look into her a little bit more. But like I said, this clip right here is a prime example of control opposition in the community. Because in that clip, she named everything under the sun that Biden has done, and none of that was specific to benefiting our community. Not one thing she mentioned. She talked about immigration, the Muslim ban, and all this other stuff. Nothing that has anything to do with African American citizens or other black people who are citizens in this country. She's talking about things that does not benefit our community, but she's the one that's going to be rushing up to the mic when some type of police brutality takes place. Because these people have been assigned their roles and what it is that they need to be most vocal about. And the Democratic Party is heavily on this police brutality thing, and it's to advance their political agenda. Because they're the loudest ones screaming about defunding the police and things like that. So black people being brutalized by the police falls right into their agenda. Make no mistake, don't think that they're doing this because they care about you, because they're simply just not. If they cared about you, they would be passing laws. If they cared what you thought, if they took you seriously, legislation would be on the books to protect your community. In 2019, the Emmett Till anti-lynching bill was introduced to them, to our Senate and our House of Representatives. That bill is still sitting there collecting dust and spiders because no one is seriously addressing the anti-lynching bill. And I want to say maybe about 2 years or so ago, it could have possibly been 3 years. Black people were springing up, hung from trees, hanging off of bridges, being found hanging in parks, all sorts of things that were obvious lynchings that they told everyone was suicide. Now, okay, really quickly, I'm going to jump to a commercial and I'll be right back after this, guys.
Get up, get up. Lower on the ledge, you gotta get lower. Oh, good job. Keep the hooks. Just keep the hooks in, but don't cross the seat. Jocelyn, to the wall. Good job, good takeout.
All right, guys, I am back. And as I was saying before that brief break, the Democratic Party and people like Tamika Mallory are the prime examples of how, they continue to show us that they don't take our community seriously. And then you have people like Tamika Mallory, who comes out on the scene making the most noise about issues that align with the Democrat Party and not specifically the Black community. So that's my issue that I have with her, because she'll sit there and say that signing a bill or signing a legislation won't stop people from killing us as Black people. And a lot of people might hear that and they might say, she makes sense. What she's saying is accurate. But here's the thing. I can guarantee you nobody addressed the Asian community and said someone signing legislation isn't going to prevent anyone from attacking you, because I can guarantee you this much right now. They have the power with these laws to penalize people for attacking groups. The only difference is we formulated somewhere in our mind, people in our community and people like Tamika Mallory, we formulated somewhere in our minds that we don't have to hold anybody accountable. And the way that these people are going to get held accountable, because you cannot legislate hate out of people's hearts. You can't do that. But one thing that you sure as hell can do is hold them accountable when they do something wrong. So I feel like she's speaking out of both sides of her mouth, because I honestly don't feel like she really feels that way. I honestly feel like she's saying what the Democrat Party wants her to say. I'm sick and tired of these people coming to our community as these political activist celebrities, because that's what a lot of them are starting to seem like they are. They're doing it for the fame and the attention, as opposed to actually getting to the real grassroots issues that affect our community. And we're starting to see more and more of that happening. These people are tragedy chasers. They like to show up on the scene when tragedy strikes and get in front of the mic and make the most noise. Then when they are asked specific questions about what is going to be done for our community, they say silly stuff like what Tamika just said. You can't sign a law to stop people from killing Black people. No, you may not be able to sign a law specifically saying you're going to stop killing Black people, but what you can do is, like I said, you can hold people accountable for their wrongdoing. And I don't understand how stupid she must think we are to get up there and say what she said. Those are the types of things that really do bother me, because I feel like we're already in a situation in our community where for some reason we feel like we need a leader in order to organize us, strategize us. And if that is the case, and that's what we're going to go with, we sure as hell don't need people like Tamika Mallory saying the type of things that she's saying. Because again, it's very blatant and it's very obvious that these people were sent to our community, again, to be controlled opposition. And these are the types of things that we are going to have to pay attention to if we stand to actually get anywhere. I don't feel like I have all the answers, and I don't know anybody who does. But I honestly feel like if we come together under the banner of doing what is in the best interest of our community, then we will start to begin to make steps in the right direction. But the way that we're going right now, we're not going to get anywhere like this. That's the one thing that I can be certain of. We're not going to get anywhere continuing to do the same things over and over again. That is the actual meaning of insanity. Thinking that we're going to continue to do the same things